Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's Dark Avenger Comic Book Review, even though it's a few days late. And we're going to do the last Marvel book, and it's a one-shot, and this was awesome. X-Men Regenesis. You have Wolverine walking around the island asking people he wants to come with him, and Cyclops is doing the exact same thing. And some people vote to go with Wolverine, and some people vote to stay with Cyclops. Who are they? You should know by now through the covers. I'm not going to spoil it for any of you. But basically, this is the story of how the X-Men divide. And it sets you up.
To be honest with you, I go with Team Wolverine any day.
Absolutely. And it sets you up for what's to come in the future for both teams. I'm actually interested enough that I might check out X Factor, because Wolverine offers that to two people if they go with him, because Wolverine's going to have the X Factor. So I might actually check out X Factor after Regenesis. It was really, really good. I would absolutely recommend this, especially for those of you who are going to be getting X-Men titles. This is a must check out, because this is the story that happens right before the right before the events in Schism number 5 where Wolverine leaves with his team. This is what happens right before that. I would say check this out. Okay, two books that we are not going to be reviewing here. First is Batwoman number 2. This is Amber's book. So you guys will be seeing this in the next comic book review when she's going to be reviewing this. And she'll also be reviewing Batgirl. I read Batgirl though. I did not read Batwoman. I read Batgirl. It was pretty good. I'm hoping Amber likes it. If not, either Mike or myself will be taking this over, because it's, in my opinion, it's okay enough for me to want to pick up the next issue. So that's that. Now these three books are literally on the line.
I knew it. I like right when you.
They're on the tripping line. They're on the thin line. It could go either way. One of them I was going to drop, and I'll tell you which one when I get to it. And the other two I was close, but due to the fact of certain reasons, and I'll tell you why when I review them, I decided to keep them. First one is Deathstroke. I was going to drop this. It did not look good when I skimmed through it. But Deathstroke he was jumped by I don't even know how many people that tried to kill him. And he just ripped through every single vigilante, let's call him vigilante. He ripped through every single vigilante without hesitation. He killed every single one of them with ease.
That's using violence.
Look at the cover. Enough said.
I would have dropped it.
He blew through all of them to prove a point that he still got what it takes.
Yeah, but it's still violence. I would have dropped it.
No. He's like a Punisher. So I would drop Punisher then.
Yeah, but Punisher punishes things.
And he punished bad vigilantes. They wanted to kill him. It was either kill or be killed.
Yeah, but...
So this is on a thin block, but because of the freaking kick-ass way, he just plowed through every single vigilante. Just look through it without even a scratch on himself. Proved to me that this book might have an edge to it. There's not even that much to read other than these first few pages. Like right here is where he says, okay, you don't think I come with backup? From there on, just look at what happens. He's like, that's it? And then, poof, and he just plows through them. There's not even words. Plows through them with very few words. He's like, I'll give you a head start. He drives off. He's like, stupid. Blew it up. On the street, still running. He's like, and then they call in the big guns. Like, come on. He takes him out like a boss. Now, this is the book that was going to get dropped.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, no, are you done? I was going to let you read it if you wanted to.
Oh, no, I'm good. I think I saw quite enough.
Now you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. This
book was going to get dropped. Up until I decided to hold on, because they say freedom is in the next issue, and if it's not, I'm done. Superboy number 2.
Uh-oh.
I was going to drop this. I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way he's portrayed. Him and Damian Wayne would be best friends now.
Mm-hmm.
He's smug. He's a smart ass, and he thinks he can kill everybody at the snap of his fingers. And he wouldn't care. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the guy that is running the Operation Nowhere. I don't like... I feel enraged after reading this book. I was going to drop this. I really want to drop this, but because it says freedom in the next issue, it says right here, because he gets crushed and everybody thinks he's dead, so it says right here, next issue, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. So I'm guessing that means that they're not going to know that Superboy survived, and he's going to go off and it's going to be involved with Teen Titans possibly. If he goes back to nowhere, or if he survives like in the first few pages and then they come back for him and pick him up, I'm done. This is definitely not Superboy. I went throughout the entire 90s not buying Superboy. 98 all the way through until they ended Superboy at 100. I got reinterested in Superboy when Teen Titans #1 came out back in 2004, I believe. And I fell in love with the character. And then when they made the announcement that Superboy was getting his next ongoing, his own ongoing series, and you saw I loved that series, those 8 parts. I loved it, and it was awesome. This is not that Superboy. I have no problem dropping this book, and I have a feeling that I was going to drop this. I am still debating in my mind, and it hurts to want to drop a super title, but I will drop this without even second guessing myself if I see Project Nowhere in the 3rd issue. Enough said. This one is on the thinnest of thin ropes right now. It is on, and same thing goes for Teen Titans. If it's all going to be about Superboy and Project Nowhere, the only reason I'm actually getting Teen Titans is because of Red Robin. Red Robin did not get his ongoing series relaunched. If Red Robin, I don't know, they didn't want to relaunch it. If Red Robin gets his own series, I won't even need Teen Titans anymore because I do not like
He probably will.
I hate the Superboy in this. He's like, I could taste your fear. When has Superboy ever said that? Like a smartass, get the hell out of here. This is not Superboy.
Or when Superman said, gonna snuff.
Oh, don't even go into the snuff.
I'm just saying.
This one's on the thin line too, Grifter #2, because it's really pretty much the same thing. He's on the run. A police officer comes into this diner when he's trying to talk to his friend who he left high and dry. He left her high and dry for a bit. The officer is an alien or whatever, and he kills the officer, runs off, puts the mask on. He wasn't wearing the mask throughout most of the beginning of this book. He runs off then. His brother catches up to him and wants to bring him in. He's like, this has to stop. While somewhere else, the general that was talking to the brother in the first issue makes a discovery on a tape about the alien force coming out of the girl after she was killed by Grifter in the last part. You probably couldn't see that. It was a small picture. Yeah, this book I'm on the fence with. The next part's going to make or break this for sure. I don't know. I really don't know. Out of the 3 books, Deathstroke. Out of these 3, here, hold this up, please.
Oh.
Out of these 3 books, Deathstroke held on the strongest, where he blasted through all those people. It was non-stop action from beginning to end. It was like, you think I'm old? Yeah, right. You just got screwed over. This book is all right. It's on a thin line because the story's basically just repeated itself, only changed the situation. If the same thing happens in the next one, I'll just drop it. This book is completely out of character. I don't care if it's a relaunch or not. It's not the kind of character I would collect anyway. So this book would be the first one dropped out of the 3. And once again, if this story doesn't deviate a bit from what happened in issue 1 and 2, I'm just dropping this too because it's just uninteresting.
I have a funny feeling that
these 2 are the most uninteresting to me. I have a feeling you're not going to be seeing either of these after issue 3.
I was about to say, when you get to issue 3, I have a funny feeling one of them you're going to drop.
And I have an almost undoubted feeling it's going to be Superboy. Also for DC Comics, I keep forgetting, I wanted to mention this. Oh wait, no. I'll say this in the next comic review, because it's not for the next comic review, it's for the one after that. I'll tell you guys on Saturday what I know.
Okay.
You know what, because I'm told you to get it too. I'll tell you guys in the next comic book review. I forgot it's 2 reviews away, so we'll talk about that in the next comic review. Suicide Squad 2 was really good. I said that this story was going to make or break the series for me. This is another one of Amber's books. I'm sure I'll give it to her and she'll give her take on it. This book was really good. They go in, it turns out the people are infected by something. It's like a zombie infection. kind of thing. And Deadshot has no problem shooting even innocent people. Like, well, it turns out the guy was infected, so I don't know. He shot him because he was infected. And turns out that they were meant to go there to extract, spoiler alert, a baby from the person who was carrying the disease, because apparently he has the cure. This baby has the cure in him, and they were looking to place it on somebody, and it was Voltac. He has like this electrical. He had this power or ability to set things on an electrical, shoot electricity out of him, and they used him as a patsy. And then they're like, we need an extraction, and the bitch Waller says there's no way because Checkmate and everybody else showing up. Haha, they mentioned Checkmate, Amanda Waller's old thing. He's like, well, this bomb you have in my neck says I only have 3 hours left and then it's going to explode. She's like, well, you have 3 hours. Move out, don't be seen, and don't get caught. And everybody on your team, including yourself, is expendable except the baby. So keep the baby safe, to be continued. That's fucked up. And I hate Amanda Waller. I hate that bitch. I don't care if she's fat, thin, or in between, young or old. I never liked her, except in Batman Beyond, that one episode in Justice League Unlimited where she was actually older.
I was gonna ask you, wasn't she in Justice League?
She was. I hate Amanda Waller, but I love this book. I would say check it out. Pretty interesting, but once again, you have to have a taste for these characters, or else you're not gonna like it. Another book that was really good, Resurrection Man #2. Let me just check the time. Oh, I've got a lot of time. Resurrection Man #2 is really good as well. He still has the water ability. He shows up. He doesn't know why, but he shows up at an old folks' home, and he's looking for his father. He used his real name. He didn't care. Turns out his father died a year ago, and he was never notified, or he wasn't around to be notified. He meets up with somebody who lived down the hall from the father, and he has no memory of his father or what he did before. So he's looking for answers. So this old man says, well, I'll look up your dad, I'll see what I can do. So he's looking it up. While somewhere else, these two girls on the cover, they're after him. They want to detain him. So they show up, and he doesn't know who they are. He legitimately does not know who they are, but they think he's lying. He really has a memory, he's lost. His memory is lost, but they think he's full of crap. So they're going after him full force. They try to shoot him, but because he has the ability to turn into water, it doesn't work. So finally, they find a way to shoot electricity through the water and kill him.
Wow.
So he's resurrected back with his new powers. But unfortunately, one of the girls has tranquilized him.
Is this the comic where whenever he dies, he comes up with
a new power?
Oh, that one.
So she's like, get the tranks and cuff already for when he does come to. But when he does come to, he's in this place, and we don't know where it is yet, but he's like, oh crap, I don't know where I am. To be continued.
Let me see.
And you see all the chalk marks of dead. Probably that's all the times he died.
Probably in another dimension.
Probably all the times he died, yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing the next issue of Resurrection Man. It's holding strong. It was originally a Wildstorm comic. Holding strong. Holding strong. Top 2 books of the week. First was Batman and Robin #2. Bruce is having a I'm a bad father moment in the beginning of this book, which Alfred says you just gotta find your way. You gotta find a way to work with.
I thought he never said that.
Alfred?
No, the Batman.
Yeah, he thinks he's raising Damian wrong because of his upbringing, and they do a little recap about Damian's upbringing. Then there's a problem. He's like, we got to get out there. That shipment of guns that was going to be smuggled into Gotham is coming. Batman, Damian show up. Damian shows restraint. Batman just says, oh, that's great. It's admirable work. But then Mr. I Turn Invisible and the Invisible shows up. I don't know who he is yet. And kills the people that Batman captured and didn't kill. And Alfred's saying that it's very bad that Damian has such violence in him, and it was bad of Bruce not to have said, like, like he said, did you ever say a great job or I'm proud of you, son? He's like, what's wrong with commendable? And Alfred's like, I'm afraid it means you have a lot of work to do. So he has a lot of work to do to becoming a good role model, and there's a lot of work to do on Damian. And Alfred looks pretty worried about Damian in this picture. But I don't think you guys can see it, so I'm not going to hold it up too long. Then this guy shows up, and apparently this is the guy that's in the suit. His name is Morgan. No idea who it is. And actually, Bruce gets his Great Dane. For those of you who watch Batman Beyond, you know who this Great Dane is. And they have a conference. He's like, I thought you were dead. He's like, I made people think I was dead. He's like, you're twisting all the things I'm doing, and you're like a vigilante. And he's like, well, so are you. He's like, I'm here to save you from yourself. And he's like, damn you, Morgan, what are you doing? There's a huge explosion to cause a distraction. Not an explosion, like a kitty explosion, because there's kids around. And he disappears. To be continued. Very interesting. This is my third favorite Batman book. First is Batman. Second is Detective. Third is Batman and Robin. And fourth is the Dark Knight. Could you do me a favor, Mike, and answer that? You know where that is?
Okay.
Just go. It's in the front. And finally this week we have Green Lantern #2. Sinestro has the Green Lantern ring still, apparently. I got the variant cover. I don't know why I got the variant cover. I've got to stop doing that. I said that in my unboxing video. These variant covers make Sinestro look demented and evil. He is evil. What am I talking about, demented and evil? They make him look just demented compared to what he really looks like. So I would say I'm gonna stick to the regular. Watch. I'm gonna get the variant again. I know me. I'm gonna probably get the variant again. Sorry about that interruption. No phone call. Mike answered it anyway. In this issue, Sinestro goes to Hal Jordan and makes him an offer. Well, doesn't make him an offer. Forces him to take the offer. Sinestro creates Hal Jordan, spoiler alert, a Green Lantern ring. So Hal Jordan can be a Green Lantern again. And that's what happens here. He becomes a Green Lantern again. And then he tries to kill Sinestro. Yeah, that don't work out too well. I love the splash page, by the way. This was an awesome splash page. The artwork is beautiful. Beautiful artwork. Wouldn't you agree, Michael?
Let me see. I agree.
And it turns out Sinestro...
How much time do we have?
I have no idea. I'm going to check that now. Sinestro is controlling...
17 minutes.
Oh, that's fine. I just want to get back on the timer. There we go. Sinestro is in control of Hal Jordan's ring. He could turn it on and off whenever he wants, and the ring can't destroy Sinestro. There's a situation, Hal Jordan doesn't do it the right way, so Sinestro turns off his ring, and then Sinestro is really, he knows how to control that power ring, and he just fixes everything, saves everything like that. And then Hal's like, what do you want from me that you're giving me this ring? He's like, I need, and then a Sinestro Corps member shows up, because Sinestro knew it was a Sinestro Corps member that did that. Sinestro kills him, destroys his ring. Yes, Sinestro actually destroys his own ring yet again and tells Hal Jordan, the army I built has enslaved my homeworld, Jordan, and you're going to help me destroy them. In other words, he's going after his Sinestro Corps, and he's going to destroy his own Corps. That's crazy. Sinestro's going to destroy his own Corps. And that's the stipulation to Hal Jordan keeping his Lantern ring. Will he keep it after that? Will he get his own back at some point? I hope so. Until then, though, even Sinestro says, you've broken my own code of conduct. And now my homeworld is suffering, but no more. And then it says, to be continued, he's telling Hal Jordan he's going to help him free up his homeworld. At some point, I hope Sinestro goes back to the Sinestro Corps, because I'm being honest, you can't destroy one of the cores. No, you can't do that, because then that's going to ruin the whole point of... At some point, Sinestro's going to have to go back to the Yellow Ring. There's got to be more of a
story to it. Like, what about the other cores?
You can't make Sinestro a good guy forever. Sinestro was always, from the beginning, a bad guy. You can make him an anti-hero, but he has to have the Yellow Ring. You can't keep him as a Green Lantern just because certain fans of the movie say, oh, we want to see him as a Green Lantern again. Doesn't work. It's a good storyline. It's a good way to start the story. It's a good way to go for a while. But at some point, you got to have Sinestro turn again. In my opinion. Well, and Hal has to get his ring back. Absolutely.
Probably by a year or so, maybe. Like you said, from issue 1.
Yeah, but this is a bleh cover. I would have rather had the original.
I mean, the cover could have been a lot
better.
Yeah.
I would have rather had the regular cover for this.
But it was good, though, like you said.
Absolutely. I would definitely recommend Green Lantern. For those of you who've been getting Green Lantern right along, this and Batman, sorry, these two stories, these two characters have gone untouched. Virtually untouched, except for little differences in their costume. other than the costumes, these two characters have gone untouched, history-wise, except for the death of Batman. Apparently that didn't happen. Batman just stepped down for a while because there was never a crisis. So Batman just left being Batman for a while instead of dying. And
so wait, the people think he's dead?
no, he left the cape for a while, and that's when Dick Grayson took over. And then Batman came back, basically. That's what they're saying.
I see.
So that's it for this week.
So you want me to...
Yes.
Do that?
And once again, Green Lantern,
and
I'm fine. I'm fine with it right now, but Sinestro can't stay Green Lantern forever. That's my only problem with Sinestro as a Green Lantern.
Couldn't get this thing off.
Okay, so let's go through these really quickly. Move this. Green Lantern number 2 is an absolute checkout. Batman and Robin number 2, also enjoying the story. Third favorite out of the 4 Batman titles. Straight Batman titles, not including Batwoman, Batgirl, or Nightwing. And Red Hood and the Outlaws. Resurrection Man number 2 is pretty good. Check it out. Suicide Squad number 2 picked up from the chop block, so it's not on the fence anymore. It picked up. It's good. I'd say it's up to you guys. Grifter number 2 is on a thin line, but it's okay as long as the story changes up a bit and it's not just like something shows up, he kills it, and he's on the run again. You need a little bit more in between there. Superboy is on the thinnest of thin lines. It is not like Superboy, the one that we all know from the 90s. I know I'm supposed to be thinking, okay, this is a relaunch, it's supposed to be a new character. At the same time, this is not a character I enjoy collecting, so he's on a thin line. Third issue is the make or break it for this series. Deathlock number 2, I was not really impressed with the first... Deathstroke, thank you. Number 2, I was not impressed by the first one. This was going to make or break the series. This made it. It just jumped into the action and he just killed. He went through everyone. He just tore them apart. One man against a million and he won. Batgirl, I'm leaving for Amber. I enjoyed it though. That's number 2. Batwoman number 2, saving for Amber. X-Men Regenesis one shot. Check it out if you're an X-Men fan. Amazing Spider-Man 671 was really, really good. I'm loving Spider-Island. Can't wait to see what's coming next with the whole ends of the world thing with Doc Ock. The New Avengers number 17 is definitely the Avenger book to be picking up right now. I will let you know if the Avengers standalone title that's coming out that I should be getting this weekend is worth picking up also, but this is definitely worth picking up. Dark Wolverine number 15. Artwork is 50-50. The story is kind of I like the one before it better, but I have hopes that the next story is going to be better, and I'm looking forward to how this whole thing concludes. Uncanny X-Force number 16 is really, really good. Probably 2 or 3 more parts to the Dark Angel saga. Everything goes to hell in this issue. I'd absolutely say check out that issue. Punisher number 4.
Good, still getting it, and remember guys, he talks still.
FF number 10. We are in the same story still. It's getting drawn out. I'm getting annoyed, but hopefully in another 2 months the first story will end, and we'll see if I'm going to be sticking around after Fantastic Four 600 comes out with this. These are freebies. Season 1 guide. Check it out. Avenging Spider-Man. Check out New Gen, New Dawn. It's up to you guys. Ghostbusters number 2 is really good. I just wish it wouldn't ride so much on the coattails of the first and second movie. Hopefully after the first story it won't. And Starborn number 11. Awesome. Variant cover really good. You want to show you number 1? Go ahead, show you number 1. And also, really quick, I got Batman Year 1. Going to enjoy this DVD. Hopefully I'll have time to watch it and we'll review it. Yep. Michael, I had to move the camera just to show that.
The Punisher number 1. Thank you, and once again for getting this. Awesome. Yeah. Here you go.
And with that, we are done with episode 102. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's late comic book review. I'm confident that the next review, 103, will be on time. I have a lot of news. Something really important is coming out on the week of the last Wednesday of this month?
No, 19th.
The last week.
Last one? The 26th.
There's something really important coming out for those of you who have been collecting certain trinkets and stuff from DC. Something big coming out the 26th. Not big. It's just something. It's a little tidbit thing that I'll tell you guys in the next comic book review. But until then, guys, with 3 minutes to spare before this camera shuts down, take care. I'll see you guys this weekend for an on-time comic book review. Hope you enjoyed my review of these. Once again, I only really went in-depth with most of these books because by now I hope you guys will have read most of these at least. And yeah, looking forward to watching this movie.
And also, don't forget The End of Earth.
Yes, The End of Earth is coming out next year, 2012. Check out my Avengers Log number 2 for news from New York Comic Con. And till then, guys, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.